Accepting to participate in Northeastern University's NUN program has been one of the best decisions I have ever taken. Coming all the way from Bolivia, going to university in Boston seemed a challenge all by itself. Leaving family and friends was the hardest, since I had never been away from them for more than a few weeks, but being offered the chance to study abroad my first semester, it was an opportunity I couldn't let slip out of my hands. Coming to Prague posed some challenges, but none that deterred me from studying in this fairy tale city for the semester. After obtaining my visa and enduring a long 15-hour flight, I set foot into the Czech Republic, the country which I would be calling home for the next 4 months. Since it was the first time I was going to be so far from home, and my first instance in Europe itself, my mother and my grandmother decided to come with me and make sure I was settled. Exploring Prague with them was much needed, but our goodbye was just as hard, if not harder, than it would have been back home. I had not realized how difficult it would be to say farewell, but thanks to them, I already had the city mapped out and a sense of security when walking around. Getting to know my classmates was easy. We were only 34, which made personal connections with each and every one of them possible. This created a family that urges you to go out, explore, and become your best self, and for creating a comfortable, inclusive, and positive environment, I thank them. Location-wise, Prague couldn't have been better placed. Its proximity to other countries allowed me to grow through travel. Up until now, I have been to Amsterdam, Berlin, Dresden, Milan, and still have Barcelona, Paris, and Madrid waiting for me to explore. Every place being distinctively and uniquely magical, and what made it best was the company. I was able to meet friends from back home and get to know a little more of Europe with them. Even without going out of the Czech Republic, fascinating places can be found, such as the town of Český Krumlov, which I had the privilege of visiting with most of my Husky friends, creating an experience that I will never be able to forget. Besides all things travel, the educational component of this experience have been outstanding. University of New York in Prague has been great to us, and even though their courses might seem challenging at times, hard work always pays off. One of the biggest challenges posed by the university is the amount of freedom you have, since unlike school, homework is not worth as much, and the real grades come from midterms and final exams. This means that it is totally one's responsibility to do well, and that no one will be checking if you are doing what you are supposed to. This forced me to take control of my time and to balance it equally between all my duties. Duties such as schoolwork, doing laundry, grocery shopping, cooking, washing dishes, and planning weekend trips. During the week, one of the things I most anticipated was service learning, or how we like to call it in Global Experience, learning service. Attending both Plekarna and the elementary school were for me utterly enriching, and a way of clearing my mind of other things and just focusing on the kids and on how to make them happy. The biggest conflict I encountered there was that of a language barrier, but it was not one that interfered much, since we could still communicate through gestures and expressions. Working with these little kids filled me with joy each time, as it reminded me of other instances back home in which I would volunteer, and at times even reminded me of my littlest siblings, and how they can find genuine happiness in the most pure and simple of things. All in all, I have only positive remarks about this experience and cannot wait for the next opportunity to study or work abroad to arise. Going to Boston will be a totally new experience for me, but after Prague, I feel completely independent and ready to face any obstacles that can be thrown my way. Through classes, GE, and travel, I can proudly say that I have expanded my horizons and have completely changed for the better. The NUN experience has allowed me to explore and has taught me so much that I will be forever grateful, since no person or instance will be able to take these 4 amazing months off of me. Prague, you will forever own a part of my heart.